What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the CVA, Cosmic Variance Authority podcast, episode 17. I'm one of your hosts, Warren. With me, of course, is Chris. We've got a lot to talk about this week. A lot happened this week.
Oh, man. A lot happens every week right now in our little realm
it's
of
gonna
the things.
it's going to keep happening. I feel like, first of all, 2026 is stacked for movies. We try to talk about all what's happening in pop culture. And speaking of which, we have... Of course, we're going to get it started off with Marvel, but huge Star Wars news, massive Star Wars news, end of an era, and I think most people think it's probably not the best era, but a good thing that it's ending. Yeah, but I want to start it off because Marvel released a little thank you.
Yeah.
The teasers that they have released have gotten over 1 billion views.
That's all they could manage.
Yeah, right. What's interesting is zero Doom in any of these, right? Zero Doom.
They haven't even done Doom yet.
Imagine when they release the actual trailer, like
That's such a good
with
point.
Doom, the first look, that could hit 1 billion on its own. Like, what is the most viewed Marvel trailer? What do you think it is? I think Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, that would probably be my guess. Because it's not. I know it's not Endgame.
It's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Is it? Oh, there you go. I was gonna say maybe No Way Home. I don't know if that MCU or not, but
Deadpool and Wolverine, Spider-Man No Way Home, Avengers Endgame. Yeah. So I want to know what it's at now, because that'll give us, I think, a
indicator of what we're aiming for.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it must be the teaser that got that much. Am I reading this wrong?
Am I wrong?
Well, the Deadpool and Wolverine official trailer has 39 million views. And this is supposed to 365 million views. So I must be looking at
The first 24 hours?
maybe the teaser trailer. Oh, you know what? I think they're counting everything. I think they count Twitter and everything like that.
They're like, it's across all platforms.
That's what it is. It's across all platforms, right? So, okay. That makes a lot more sense now, because I was like, well, that actually is like a lot of views. But
yeah, 500 million on Instagram, over 100 million.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, okay, the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine has 39 million views. Let's go to 39 million views. I want to go to this, and people might laugh. The chair video, Avengers Doomsday now in production. The quick one, the 2-minute one they gave us, got 19 million views. That was just chairs.
That was just chairs.
That was chairs. So now we're gonna go into this with a Doom teaser at some point, and I think it's just gonna go crazy. Now I actually don't know if we're getting 4 more teasers. Originally, it looked that way because they were rated. Like 3 more trailers have been rated, but maybe, because I don't think they would rate the official trailer, not the teaser, but the official trailer this soon in advance.
Right.
So I'm like, what are these other ones? Maybe it's a TV spot, then the full teaser trailer that is, and I don't know, maybe 1 more trailer. I don't know. I think they should show more trailers though. I think they should do 4 more.
I
starting
think
this week.
There were a month ago, I suppose, the question, or maybe 3 weeks ago to 2 weeks ago, the question was being asked, is this working? Because it's odd. It's different. It's weird.
Clearly working.
Obviously, that's where this is going. But we were wondering, like, hey, is this, like, they're only releasing it in trailers? Everything's getting leaked. Is it a great buildup? But I think they've done such a good job not over giving us. I mean, we don't even know if these scenes are really in the movies, because they took away the word trailer from these teases. So it's like,
they're stories.
Yeah, they're stories and clues.
Yeah. And I think Alex Perez said most of them are in the movie but are out of context. So that's interesting.
Right.
And I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and say, I said this the very first video I did when the Russo brothers came out and talked about the stories, blah, 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 blah. I don't really think those codes at the end mean anything.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think the Russos like that.
They
mystery.
totally, right. They totally could. Like, of course they could. And I think they would definitely look at people like us and go, we're going to tease it. They're going to figure it out. But I also think no matter what, the Russos don't actually tell us.
Yeah, so if you don't ever give me an answer,
because they've never told us anything.
Nothing.
They've never confirmed anything. Yeah.
In my opinion, if you don't give me an answer, then it means nothing. Give me an answer, then it meant something cool. But
yeah. So I don't know. I think the first time I saw that with the first teaser, people noted that, and I was like, I don't think that's anything.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, we're the people who do look into that type of stuff, and I just immediately was just like, I really don't think it's anything. I don't.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see, but
you know what it means?
It is working.
Doom is coming.
Yeah, right. Well, and that's why, like, when we were talking about it, it's like, oh, there's, you know, these are, you know, look hard, like these are stories, you know, there's hints. I'm like, yeah, but like, we've already figured out the hints, right? We've done the breakdowns of these trailers and stuff, and I think we already figured it out. Just because the Russos are now going, hey, we're hinting at stuff here. It's like, okay, yeah, but we figured that out already with the leaked version before, right? It's like, that's kind of what I think it might be. So and especially like if they do mean something, we've already timestamped them from in-game and stuff. Some people out there have timestamped them to like every move in the MCU, which is crazy, but good for y'all. But I mean, I think as far as what they could mean, we've probably figured it out by now.
Yeah,
but
I don't disagree.
Overall, the most important thing is it's working. So there you go.
Well, I think that there's still time before the Super Bowl, obviously, which is when I think we're all expecting this trailer to, like this first teaser, their first real teaser,
right.
Maybe, and probably our first Doom appearance. I don't know if it'll be our first full look just yet. We're still a little early, maybe. I wouldn't be opposed to it, to be honest, but I think they kind of.
No, I think they need to show his face.
You think so now at this point? I think
they need to show his face. To have a trailer that's like the first full trailer to break the internet, you have to show his face.
You think I will?
Because there's going to be a lot of there's gonna be people out there who don't know who Dr. Doom is, but will get crazy excited about Robert Downey Jr. returning as Doom. And if you know who Doom is, then you'll know Robert Downey Jr. is Doom. So it's like I feel like you have to show Robert Downey Jr.'s face. You have to tease that he's.
I don't disagree.
Villain, or at least
I'm
a main
happy
character.
to get that official look. I'm happy to have.
We need it.
We have an idea, right? It's Doom. Like you can draw it pretty well in your mind, but I think getting that, hearing the voice, I feel like we're going to hear a little bit more terror in Robert Downey Jr.'s voice than we do with Iron Man, where mostly you kind of hear that cockiness.
So. Yeah. I think we need to.
I'm really excited for that. I kind of hope that the teaser has a decent amount of narrated monologue of Doom, like in the background, and then at the end we see him. That would be really my ideal idea. And whether they show us different heroes the whole time, just on their knees being defeated, and then at the end it's Doom standing over everybody, I don't know. But I'd like to hear his voice, and I'd like to see his mask at the very least. Yes,
I feel like we do need like a full look at him, right? Like I feel like we need that. But let us know in the comments. Do you think they give us the full look? I think they do. I totally think they do.
And I will inform you, since Warren said the word comments, we do look at the comments, and you guys are all being very mean to me.
What are they saying?
They did not agree with my Pacific Rim take.
Oh, good.
It was like 80% of the comments were, Chris has a wild take in every episode.
Good. And I'm glad y'all made it that far into the podcast. Thank you.
Actually, a lot of people have made it to the end and answered a couple questions.
A lot. Yeah.
But there is a piece of news that's on topic. The Juno spacecraft in space.
What?
The Juno space. Okay. Hold on. It is on topic. Because this is how crazy Marvel's marketing is going. The Juno spacecraft just sent back a picture to NASA of a green flash on Jupiter that was happening in the middle of a storm. And this whole report's up on X, and they're like breaking down what it could be and everything. You click on it, top comment, Doom is coming.
Doom, of course, yeah.
It was like Marvel is so dedicated to this marketing. They've got green flash laser shows on Jupiter.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine? That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, last podcast we talked about Tom Cruise going to space. Maybe Robert Downey Jr. goes up there and they do a whole stunt of him coming to our Earth.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four ship is up there, and they're just gonna have a drive-by pass.
That'd be pretty crazy. That would be some.
That would be amazing.
That
That would be the coolest
some
thing ever.
marketing right there. That would be crazy.
We partnered up with Elon Musk.
Yeah. I'm going to switch it up. We're going to come back to Marvel.
Okay.
But I want to talk about Star Wars first. We're going to weave in and out of Marvel and other topics today.
Here's what I'll tell you about what you're
if you
about to
haven't
say
been a fan
real
of
quick.
Star Wars, what?
Here's what I'm going to tell you about what you're about to say real quick. I have actually heard nothing about it, so I'm learning this for the first time too.
Awesome. Kathleen Kennedy is finally leaving Lucasfilm. She's finally stepping down. If you're not a huge Star Wars fan, stick with us here because maybe you will be after this. Because I actually think, I now think the best Star Wars is to come. Maybe, well, better quality. Maybe not the best.
The right direction.
Revenge of the Sith to me is peak Star Wars. That's peak Star Wars to me. That is my favorite Star Wars film. There's great ones, obviously. Empire Strikes Back, obviously. New Hope, but Rogue One, that's what I was thinking. I mean, there's some crazy ones out there, but Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down. It's official. After 14 years, she is no longer going to be the head of Lucasfilm. People are celebrating everywhere. I'm seeing like, the celebrations from the movies posted online. It's like the whole fandom right now. It's fantastic, honestly. Variety, Kathleen Kennedy will end her 14-year run at Lucasfilm. She will be replaced by not one, but two executives when she leaves the Walt Disney Company this year. Chief Creative Officer Dave Filoni, who totally should be there, and President and General Manager Lin-Wen Brennan will both lead the company behind Star Wars and Indiana Jones as it looks to recapture its stride. Filoni has led a lot of great projects for Star Wars. I think he's got the vision. I think him and Jon Favreau have the vision. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Lin-Wen Brennan is.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that name.
She's a general manager of Lucasfilm. I mean, she's overseeing all the operational matters for Lucasfilm. It sounds like. I don't really know anything about her. So there's not much. She is responsible for development and execution of Lucasfilm's business strategy and implementation of the company. It sounds like this is a Peter Safran, James Gunn type of deal. She is the Peter Safran to Dave's James Gunn. Sounds like Dave might be more creative and she might be more just leading it business-wise, which is not a bad strategy. Let the creative person do the creative things. Let the business person do the business things. Sounds like she's been doing the business for Lucasfilm for a very long time already. So cool. I think that works. But I think most people are excited because Dave's direction creatively, I think, is going to be just a lot better than Kathleen's, right? I mean, it's just how many memes about Kathleen Kennedy do we have?
I don't know how she made it this long, to be completely honest.
The South Park one is just, I think that's just forever going. And the funny thing is, like, it's used for a lot of other stuff as well, right? Like, it's not just used for her. They use it for just Disney and just, anything else. Like, usually anytime you see like a video about anti-woke stuff, that South Park meme.
That's probably step one. I think it's interesting because this isn't the first time we've seen this model now. Actually, we've seen this over with DC.
And Marvel's kind of doing it too because Kevin Feige just does movies.
Now that they're kind of separating.
And Brad Winderbaum is the head of TV.
Yeah.
I think it's a good move because I think these were necessary moving from the old style into like new streaming and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I think it's 100% necessary because if you're trying to pump out the quality now and all the different type of workload and everything that goes into it, and you have these massive titles, DC, Marvel, Star Wars. I mean, they're the big
biggest
three
of all
for
time,
all.
Really. Yeah, three biggest of all time. Yeah.
You can't have some dude who has unrelinquished power just running around doing whatever he wants and then some company over him yelling at him or her, telling them, oh, no, it needs to be done this way because we need content. That's what happened at Marvel with Kevin Feige, and then Disney standing over him saying, nope, we need this, and he's running around doing 13 projects at a time. And then we're like, how come all these projects aren't the quality they used to be? Well, I have a couple reasons. So you have people who are carrying different loads. Everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. This helps for sure. Like, again, it's the James Gunn thing. Like, yeah, let him do what he does best, right? Let him do the creative stuff, and then have somebody else handle the business stuff. And together, you both run the company. This sounds like a good situation here. provided Lin-Wen and Dave do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think a lot of people really like Dave Filoni. I like a lot of his projects. I think he's got good vision. I definitely think this is just a better direction, because I think, like, we talked about this before, but when the sequels came out, there was so much hope and so much excitement. Like, it had been a really long time since we had a Star Wars movie. And they were, unfortunately, like, I think the first one was actually fine. Just, there was, like, the direction was just terrible.
The build. It was all about the build.
Right. And I feel like Dave and Jon Favreau, like, I really like Jon Favreau a lot. He directed Iron Man. He's a huge part now of just Disney in general. But Marvel, he started the MCU, with Kevin Feige, with Robert Downey Jr. He's the one who pushed to have Robert Downey Jr. be Iron Man when the studio said, absolutely no way. We're not prepared to offer him anything.
Right.
But Jon Favreau pushed, and they gave him audition. And they're like, all right, he's our guy. Yeah. He's been in the industry forever. He's in The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, which is old. He's in, old episodes of Friends. He's in a lot. He directed Elf. Like, he's crazy awesome.
With the state of Star Wars right now, he's the guy you want to hand the bat to completely. Like, he's it's always been right. It's been like him and Dave, and that's what I feel like. I feel like John probably didn't want that position, but he wants to be involved with Marvel still, right? And he wants to be involved with Star Wars, but let Dave take the lead, and him and John can talk, and they'll go over everything together. And I think it's gonna end up well. I do. So, big news. Let us know what you think. Are you? Does this make you any more excited to jump into Star Wars? Whether you're a longtime fan, a new fan, not a fan yet, maybe this will make you a fan. Who knows? We'll have to see what they put out. They did do this. Here's an update on everything they have coming. So they shared the update as they announced this. Final updates before she leaves. Taika Waititi turned in a script for a film that she calls hilarious and great. Uh-oh.
Now, she, for a woman who thought the movies they produced were great, obviously take that with a grain of salt. So who knows about that? She has confirmed that The Hunt for Ben Solo script is also on the back burner.
Okay.
So it's there. It's maybe not top priority for her, but who knows what Dave and them are going to do with this. I would love for them to bring back Kylo Ren. I really would. I think it would be great. I think you need an iconic figure like that, right? Like the Darth Vader, the Kylo Ren, or maybe do a new one. I don't know, but I would be for him bringing him back. Kennedy confirms that she previously spoke with Breaking Bad creator Vince Gilligan about developing a Star Wars series. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking Bad is one of the most widely acclaimed shows out there. James Mangold's film is currently on hold, though Kennedy says the script is incredible. Donald Glover has officially turned in a script for a Lando movie.
Okay.
Interesting. I do really, really like Donald Glover, a.k.a. the Childish Gambino, but we don't want another Solo. So we'll see what happens. Simon Kinberg is developing a new Star Wars trilogy with strong support from Dave Filoni and Lin-Wen Brennan, the two people in charge now. So, okay. Didn't hear anything about Patty Jenkins. She was supposed to get some. Kevin Feige was supposed to do one. Didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, that seemed to fall apart.
Maybe I think he got way too busy.
Yeah.
We just talked about it. Like, he was just like, a guy, I can't do a Star Wars movie right now.
I'm struggling over here.
Yeah, just like, I'm dying over here. Somebody help me out. So, exciting stuff. Jumping back to Marvel, Wonder Man had a new TV spot release. And I thought it was really interesting because the focus, I think, was actually more along the lines now. I like this shift because I think when we first got it, it was talking about him being an actor and wanting to be Wonder Man, right? Which was like an old movie or old series, that they made before in the past, the old movies inside the MCU. They're redoing it, and he wants to play Wonder Man because he saw it in the theaters as a kid with his dad. And very tiny hints that he has powers. But now it's totally shifted. He's got powers. He's very strong. he shouldn't be doing things as he has powers, because apparently having powers now is bad. The DODC is after him.
Right.
That's a bit like this new one. That is what it focuses on. The guy from the DODC that we know, he's talking to Trevor Slattery, and he's like, have you ever seen him use powers? All this stuff. And Trevor's got his back, and he knows he has powers, but Trevor's got his back. No, I've never seen him glow or whatever he says, light up or anything like that. And I like that shift in focus for several reasons. One, I want the superhero Wonder Man. I don't want to, like, to be honest, I don't really want to watch a sitcom of a guy that has powers trying to be an actor. I want to see him use his powers, right? It's a Marvel superhero. I want to see that. And it's already like the origin of him in the comics is like they can't do it in the MCU just the way, because of Vision and Hank Pym, like you can't do the same origin. So I'm curious to see his origin, but he has powers, which is interesting, and the DODC is looking for him. And this is about to come out in like, I don't know if it's next week or the week after. Comes out next week.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, it comes out. No, 27th. So that's less than 2 weeks away.
10 days.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks away. Not next week, the week after. I'm excited for it, and I do like Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Mm-hmm. He's a great actor.
It's a good pick for the role.
The last trailer, this last spot, really does have me more excited for it, and I think we talked about this a little bit last time, but most importantly for me, this seems to set up the mutants and the DODC hunting down mutants and superpowered individuals, which I think ties into Spider-Man very well.
Well, that was what I was going to say about kind of the shift that we've seen, because the question we've had around some of these background projects that are happening is, what's the point if we're about to head into Doomsday and Secret Wars? Like, where does it matter? These characters are potentially not even going to make the jump. What's the story? Why are we introducing and connecting new characters? But now that they're showing that one of the big underlying backbone themes of the project is having superpowers equals bad, being a mutant equals bad, that really is kind of ramping up even further into the mutant saga, where we're going to be seeing that theme really, really heavily laid out. How they make that jump from where we are now until the new phase begins, because there's obviously connecting bridges that they're trying to establish to tether now to then. But this gives it a lot more relevance, because that's going to be the heavy theme of the mutant saga, which is only four projects away right now, which is kind of crazy to think.
That is kind of the funny thing. Yeah, I thought about that in a video that I was doing. I was like,
not that far.
As far as movies are concerned, Spider-Man's really going to set this up with the DODC as well. And there's only 2 movies after Spider-Man, Doomsday and Secret Wars. So it's like, I think it's smart, because I don't think a lot of storylines probably go over smoothly into the new universe. Like, especially because everyone's, and maybe that's actually one of the reasons why, now that I'm thinking about it, Avengers or Spider-Man might not be in Avengers Doomsday, because the stories of the MCU are all colliding right now. And the overall story probably is going to be very different going into the new MCU after Secret Wars once they reset it. But Spider-Man's story being kind of separate from all that actually sets it up to continue in the MCU after this. And because I think they do have a plan to eventually bring Spider-Man back together with MJ, but it probably won't happen to the last one. I think they have a plan for Miles, especially because we're hearing Sony's finally playing nice and everything like that. So I think there's a big plan there. So it almost makes sense that it's kind of separated from Doomsday. But at the same time, it's like, it still feels weird that he's not in there. But as far as other stories that would kind of go over to the MCU, like, everyone's going to be together. Everyone's everyone's story kind of comes together and then ends, and then it just starts anew. I think the big story moving forward is going to be the mutants versus humanity, but also how do you live in a new universe where the past has kind of been erased to an extent, and how do you move forward? Who's in charge, especially with more superpowered individuals? And that again comes more conflict with the DODC. So it's like, I think they're going about it very smart.
Yeah, I think they really are, like, planting those little seeds that when it does come back around, because that's the big thing. Okay, cool. Marvel comes to an end on what it's done for the last 25 years with Secret Wars. Well, you're not done. Marvel's not done. They're starting over there. So how do you continue to bridge that gap without doing it in a choppy way? So, well, let's start throwing those tones of having superhero powers whether you're a mutant, whether you're Spider-Man, whatever it be, makes you a problem in society.
Yeah.
We're starting to get that now, and that's where Wonder Man now becomes relevant is, do you need to probably watch Wonder Man to enjoy Doomsday? 0%. But
I don't really,
as a fan of Marvel, as somebody who wants to grow into the next phases, there are some underlining tastes, some prerequisite, get a feeling for the environment around superheroes that is going to build into the new saga, and it gives it relevance. It's going to be a great project on its own. It's a standalone project, great. But we'll probably, I assume, see Wonder Man in the next phase.
Probably. I'm actually kind of curious. I haven't seen any interviews about it yet. Probably will come out next week, the week before it comes out. I'm curious to see if anybody asks him, same thing with Deadpool and Wolverine, how important is this for the future of the MCU? I'm sure people will be like, how important is this for Doomsday? It's not important for Doomsday. I can't imagine really. How important is it for the future? I imagine it's pretty important. So I'd be curious to see what Feige would have to say about that.
Yeah, and maybe we'll start getting
Brad
some of that
Winterbomb, I guess,
in the next couple days or when it comes out. Because just like they did with, Ironheart, there's not a ton of emphasis, ton of marketing.
Right.
They're not putting too much resources into that. But then when Ironheart came out, they did start dropping some information around it. Like, hey, this is out. Here's what you need to know about it. Go watch it. And maybe we'll get that with
I think this show is going to be immensely better than Ironheart.
I'm pretty excited. I think it looks really good.
I'm really excited for this show. I think it's got a lot of potential. We'll see. A lot of shows have potential that end up being not so good. But I'm excited for this one. Okay,
Yeah.
Bobbin and Weaving, like I said, the next thing I want to talk about, because I just think this is just perfect. They're making more Lord of the Rings movies, The Hunt for Gollum.
Yeah, I saw that.
My favorite movies. A lot of the original cast is returning, but Viggo Mortensen is not returning, so they're going to cast someone to play Aragorn. And the fan favorite, and I gotta say is my favorite right now, is Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill as Aragorn. I really like it.
Well, since he did The Witcher, it's not a far jump from that either. Like the kind of look.
No, not at all. And I think he is a very I think people view him.
Oh, I see it.
Like not counting like the Witcher story arc, but I think a lot of people view him as like a very noble guy. Like he's a very real guy. He's a very respectful guy. Like I think he could portray all the character traits that Aragorn has like very easily, and I think he would be a good choice.
They have like aggressively similar faces too, to be complete. Like
they gotta have similar faces,
cheekbones and everything. Like now that I'm looking at like versions of it, I'm on board. I love Henry Cavill.
I think that's what I'm saying. It's just like I think people really like Henry Cavill because he's viewed as like a really great guy, a no nonsense guy as well, and I feel like that would go over and to him playing Aragorn like very well. Like I feel like that would be very cool.
Very, very pro.
I am pro as well. Yes, I think this would be actually fantastic. Really, really fantastic.
Is that the only one we're expecting to get a recast for?
I don't think I've heard anything about Legolas yet.
Do you want to hear this?
Orlando Bloom doesn't really age, so
no. Orlando Bloom's probably sexier today than he was back then. To be honest, I just saw him in a commercial for some cruise line, and dude is amazing. Do you want to hear this short list though that they had for Aragorn?
Sure.
This fan short list, not like an official one. Michael Fassbender, Richard Madden from Game of Thrones.
I know who he is. Yeah.
Robert Pattinson, Ben Barnes. I don't know who that is. Sam Calvin and Andrew Garfield are on the short list, and then Henry Cavill is on there as well. Some really across the board options.
Ben Barnes is the guy from The Punisher season 1.
Oh yeah. No, I know
who was the last guy.
Henry Cavill was the last one I said, and then Sam Calvin.
No. Sam who?
Yeah, him I'm not familiar with either.
Claflin?
Claflin. Yeah, Claflin. Yeah, it's a weird like Lord of the Rings font. It's not very easy.
Oh, I know who that is. Yeah, no, Claflin, I know who that is. This guy.
Worst one on this list has got to be Andrew Garfield, though, right?
Andrew Garfield. I'm sorry.
See that.
No, right
I don't
away.
see
I was
that.
just like, no. I'm sorry. I don't think the personality and I love Andrew Garfield.
Oh, I do too, but not for that.
Yeah,
That's such a stoic character, like an old world stoic character. Yeah.
My vote's for Henry Cavill.
I don't think
out
you're
of all
beating
those,
that.
my vote's for Henry Cavill. Either that or maybe like a lesser known actor for it, maybe.
Well, yeah, that's always, if you've got somebody
because-
in the secret weeds ready to go in and crush a role like that, and they've got it, that's always a great pick.
Yeah, the thing is like if you put Andrew Garfield in that role, I would just see Andrew Garfield. Not to say he's not a crazy great actor, because he is, and he's done some incredible roles where you don't just see him as Andrew Garfield, but like I would just see Andrew Garfield. But
no,
Henry
I think
Cavill's
that this
got my
guy
vote for that.
Yeah, this guy would absolutely blend into the role. He wouldn't be distracting there.
I'm still on the fence about them being made in general, like another Lord of the Rings movie being made in general. The Hobbit
who's
movies
making
amazing.
Who is making the column?
I mean, Warner Bros. Is making it, but yeah, because I think Amazon just does the shows. So
okay, then it's at least a different.
It's the original trilogy's team, which I'm happy about, like Peter Jackson. It's like a classic question. Like, is there a need for it? Well, I guess there's really never a need for anything.
No,
but do people want it? And the answer to that is entirely dependent on if it's good.
Yeah,
Right?
I think for sure. The thing that is really just outrageous about Lord of the Rings, it was so well done the first time around that quality is extremely hard to match. I feel like
everything was like real.
Yeah,
like Viggo Mortensen kicking the helmet, breaking his foot, and yelling because he broke his foot, and they kept it in the movie. You know what I mean? Like,
there's so many details about that are going to be hard to replicate. But getting the cast back, hopefully they go and they shoot in the same areas, and like they really, really put the effort into it. Then yeah, sure, I think it'd be great. But
right, and I'm just like, okay, so what they did with the Lord of the Rings of Power, I hated so much of it, and they didn't respect Tolkien, like what he created, and the original creative team, I think, will, because that was the whole thing. Like, and you can say whatever you want, like, oh, like, there's not many, like, there's no women interactions. Like, the only women interactions I think there's like one the entire time. And but like Legolas only interacts with Frodo or two times, I think, two times.
Yeah, the entire time. Yeah,
trilogy. But it's like, it's about a story, and that like there are very strong women in it, right? But it's like the story is what it is, and if you try to modernize that with Hollywood's crap, you're gonna make it bad, which is what I think they did with the Rings of Power.
Yeah,
there was a way with the exact same cast to make Rings of Power good, but the story was stupid.
Well, let me ask you this real quick about Rings of Power.
Slow.
Did you finish it?
I mean, it's not done.
Did you finish like up to what?
I'm up to date. Yeah.
Did you enjoy the first 2 episodes?
I don't remember.
So I remember really liking the first episode, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be pretty good," and then it just completely fell off after that.
I felt like it was just so slow, and they changed things, which pissed me off.
Right.
Like with the orc and everything like that, they gave them families and stuff. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, this is so stupid.
Orc lives matter too,
It's got I think it still has potential to be good, but my gosh, they need to, like, it doesn't even have the same feel as Lord of the Rings for me, is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a certain feeling that I get when I watch Lord of the Rings, and there is something to be said about like these really brave people who are all fighting for one cause, which is basically to save the world that they love. People uniting and coming together for that, and that's
people who really shouldn't be. Realistically, you're sending a bunch of hobbits off into the forest.
Right. You have the dwarves with hobbits, and
Well, there's a lot of depth to it too, because you have these races or these species that don't get along. You have these people who probably shouldn't be off on this big adventure, and they're all misguided, as you might want to call it, coming together to accomplish this goal from their own different points of views, and it all comes together in this massive crescendo that is the finale. It's just beautifully done, and it takes definitely that understanding of that depth to enjoy it.
It does, because you have to capture the essence, which I just don't think Rings of Power did. And if you liked it, good. I'm glad. As always, I wish I liked everything, but
No, you definitely cannot. But I think
yeah.
and I think you nailed it really with your line though. If I could go sit down and watch this film and have that indescribable emotional connection, that nostalgic feeling, I guess would be a way to describe it, then great job. If I go sit down and I'm like, what is this I'm watching? It has nothing to do with what my interpretation of Lord of the Rings should feel like, which obviously is personal. Has to have, then that's really what it comes down to.
I do think there's an essence to the movies, and if you don't capture that essence, and like you can add to it, right? Because and that is kind of an issue. Is like I know for a fact that like Peter Jackson and them, their goal was to stay true to exactly what Tolkien had made.
Yeah.
And like I remember they were like, shouldn't we add like that scene, like shouldn't we add like more women interactions? No, we are staying true to what to what Tolkien did. And Peter Jackson made sure of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that created just this perfection. Yeah. And I think that's just really the issue is like, I think with a lot of filmmakers and TV show makers nowadays, I feel like there's a really big disconnect with them and the audience. Cause I feel like a lot of the times they think they know what people want, but they really don't.
Right.
They really have to understand why the audience likes certain things. And I think with the Rings of Power, they didn't fully understand. And if they did, they wouldn't have changed his world.
I think that's reflected on a decent amount of separate projects as well, that disconnect, to be completely honest. I don't think that Rings of Power was the first time that disconnect has kind of crept through.
Oh, no.
I actually think there have been some Marvel projects where we're kind of seeing that the understanding of the world goes beyond a certain zip code, and that's not always reflected on the screen.
Well, I think She-Hulk is a good example of that, and I've never been the one to really crap on She-Hulk, even though I do think it's one of the worst projects. But this is my example. I am not the target demographic, but I would think most of the people that watch Marvel kind of think like I do, though. Like, you know what I mean? Because I am the target demographic for Marvel. Mm-hmm. I'm a nerd who likes to watch action, keep
read the comics
fly through the air, Thor with his hammer and everything like that. And yeah, there's a ton of women into it now, which I love, but I do think it's still predominantly male. And yeah, they made a show that was supposed to appeal to females, and they wonder why a lot of people don't like it. Well, it's like, okay, well, most of your audience, you're appealing to the minority of your audience. Most of them don't like it because they're not the demographic. So it's like, what did you expect?
Right.
Well,
so that's the thing is when you understand you're trying to open up a gateway series, we'll call it, like you're trying to include a different demographic into what is already established. And that's fine, but have that expectation. Don't then be surprised when the majority of people don't like this new thing you're trying. You're trying to reach out to somebody different. That's great, but it's an experiment.
But it was, and I'm not saying they shouldn't have made a She-Hulk series. I'm saying they should have done it way differently. Like I don't need to see her twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. Was it Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, whoever it was? Like I didn't need to, you know what I mean? Like the way they did Daredevil and stuff like that. Like there were some things that's like very clearly, I forgot about Daredevil. And like the ending was just the worst thing ever. Like I didn't like Ironheart at all, but at least it had a really great ending.
Really good ending.
Mephisto. Yeah. That was the best part of the whole dang show. The ending was atrocious for She-Hulk.
She-Hulk lost.
And now we're hearing so much about the actress, and she came out and there's like rumors that she denied because she said all that crap about Disney and she refuses to work with them. She came out like yesterday or the day before and was like, no, I never said no to Disney. And I'm like, okay, so they're not asking you back? I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of the, knows? There's definitely some drama there for sure as far as the.
Well, obviously, when you say
go cancel Disney Plus
from Disney Plus, right? Yeah,
the channel that your show was on. Yeah, okay.
That your show is on, and that probably could be the biggest part of your future company. That that it just it's so stupid. But anyways.
I have
that's my rant about people, about companies and studios should stay more true to
the lore.
Definitely the lore, but they also should try to it's the whole Sony thing, how Dakota Johnson, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
like,
just
they
like
do
they have
not
no
know
idea
what they're doing.
but they think they do. They think they
That's
do.
the problem.
That's the problem.
That's the danger of
That's
it. It's
the
one thing
problem.
to not know what you're doing and try something. It's another
Yeah.
thing to not know what you're doing, but not realize that you have. That's like the most dangerous type of person. Is somebody who doesn't
The dangerous
realize
type
they
of person
don't
is a
know.
person who doesn't realize they're wrong.
Yeah.
They think they're right.
Yeah, they think they're
can't
right, but
admit
they're
they're
very wrong.
Those are the dangerous type of people.
And nobody can say anything. Okay, I got something for you, Oren. We tried this before and you ruined it for me, so I made it a little harder.
I guessed it on the first try?
Second try.
Yeah. Okay.
So what is the link between these items? And it is a little bit more difficult, so I won't make you answer between every one. I'll just start listing the item. And when you think you have a guess, you can just pause me and I will listen to what you think it is. So
Okay.
I'm going to list for you a ton of movies that appear to
Okay.
be random movies.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Which one of these many, many movies am I going to start with? All right. The Last Samurai. The Prince of Egypt. Dunkirk. The Lion King.
I think I've seen Dunkirk.
The Dark Knight. Batman Begins. Kung Fu Panda. Blade Runner 2049. Dune. Dune Part 2. Interstellar.
Remind me of how, like, what am I? I'm guessing there's a link, but
what singular
there-
link will connect these projects together, these movies? There's an item, or I'll say a person, that will connect all of these movies.
That's why I was kind of confused about.
No, you're good. This is a really, really hard one, and it actually falls into a bit of news that I was going to share, which is where it was inspired from. But I'll just go right back down it. Interstellar, Gladiator, Inception, Lion King, Dark Knight, Dune.
I mean, I'm
2.
just thinking Christopher Nolan.
It's not exclusively. It is not Christopher Nolan that does a lot of these, and this individual works a lot with Christopher Nolan. F1, Top Gun Maverick, Last Samurai.
Is it an actor?
It is not an actor.
So is it Tom Cruise as a producer?
No, it is not Tom Cruise as a producer. These are all very like they're not bad guesses. The Da Vinci Code, Dark Knight Rises, Man of Steel, Kung Fu Panda, Blade Runner, Spirit, the horse movie.
It's a person,
It is a person,
but not an actor.
not an actor.
I'm not going to guess it then.
No, you're all right. I'll go through a couple more and then I'll tell you what it is. No Time to Die, Mufasa the Lion King movie, Spider-Man 2. I actually didn't even know that one. Batman vs. Superman, Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda 3, Kung Fu Panda 2, Mission Impossible 2.
It's is it Hans Zimmer?
It is Hans Zimmer. You did it.
There we go.
Very, very, very good.
There-
First off, I've always said Hans Zimmer is my favorite composer for movies. What a freaking resume this guy has.
Oh, I had to get my mind out of producer because that's
Yeah,
what
it's
I was
hard.
thinking. I was like director or producer, and then I thought, oh, wait a second.
Technically, he's
These
the
movies
music
have amazing
producer,
scores.
so I guess he's a producer.
Sure,
but
sure.
The
Well,
film composer,
Yeah.
what a freaking
Yeah, crazy.
resume this guy has.
Crazy.
And he's done
Yeah.
I'm looking through this list as I'm going through it, and I knew a lot of them, but there were some I didn't even realize were him. Like No Time to Die. I didn't know that was him. Amazing Spider-Man 2. I knew he did Kung Fu Panda. Mission Impossible he's been involved
That's
with. Just a ton of amazing movies. The reason I originally looked it up and brought him up was because he just got announced as the film composer or the project composer for the Harry Potter series.
Nice.
Which is interesting because that is a tough nut to crack. Because I don't know what the deal is, I suppose. They play nice, the movies and the series probably.
Sure.
So,
but how much can you use?
Right, that's where I don't really know. But how difficult it must be to get away from do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Like, that's Harry Potter, right? Like,
Do you that's what I was gonna like. Okay, so this goes to our last conversation. The essence of what Harry Potter is.
yeah, and that is it.
and then the score is a part of the essence. So in
Big
my
time.
mind, I'm like, we should be using the same ones. You can make new ones, but we need
Right.
that classic
Could you
Harry
imagine
Potter
it
theme
not being
to kind
there?
of feel it. That's what I mean. But I mean, if for some reason they couldn't do it, Hans Zimmer's the guy to do it.
I mean, if you needed somebody to redefine the
Right.
perception of the Harry Potter soundtrack, I suppose,
Yeah. Yeah.
you got the only person who I think can do it. Some people might say
Yeah.
John Williams, but I'm really Hans Zimmer has always been my corner guy for music in movies. I mean, you think of his taste as well. He's got such a broad. I mean, he goes from The Lion King to Interstellar to the Dark Knight.
It's
Those
very
are
broad.
It's very capable. And I don't know that it is really possible to redo Harry Potter, even if you're Hans Zimmer, without some nodes of what it was before.
No, you have to. Yeah.
Even if it is like that bass, do 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 do, like and then he builds out of that his own cool little. But I'm excited to hear that. Of course, I'm really excited to hear that.
Progression and things like that. I think they should keep it and then add some new stuff, and because this is still going back yet to another conversation we had. This is one of those things where people are like, a lot of people are like, do we really need this? I would like it, in all honesty.
I want it to be great.
Done right. If it's done right, awesome.
Hell yeah, we needed it.
No, we didn't need this, right?
Well, that's the whole idea behind it is, hey, the books had so many details in it that the movies didn't touch.
Yeah. And even the books changed some stuff that didn't necessarily piss me off, but like Hedwig dying, he didn't die that way in or no, sorry, I think he did that way. How they knew it was Harry Potter,
right?
When Harry and everybody they all drank the potion, they all looked like him.
Yeah.
How the Death Eaters discovered it was Harry Potter, it was because he used Expelliarmus.
Yeah,
and then there was a whole talk about like, dude, you got to cut that crap out.
And they don't bring that up.
It's a Vada Kedavra. You got to use that.
It's like, homie, you know it's time to be a real man.
Right.
Put on your big boy pants.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Or like Dudley. There was a whole scene with Dudley that they cut out.
Yeah.
Him and
they
Harry
actually even filmed
the
it.
Books. Yeah. So I'm just kind of like, and I love the Harry Potter movies, right? I'm not like, oh my gosh, that ruined everything. No, but it's like, I would have liked to have seen that. So doing one book per season, I'm here for if it's done right. If it's done right, it could be amazing.
Yeah. And we've had tons of conversations.
Then we're going to say, nobody asked for this, nobody wanted it. If it's great, everyone's going to be like, this was the best decision
why would you mess with it? We had such good stuff already. Well, that's the thing,
exactly.
is it goes back to, we've had lots of conversations because it has been a bit of, it's a scary place to go because the movies, for as many of the details that they did leave out, they did create that exact thing we're talking about with Lord of the Rings. Like, this is Harry Potter. I'm watching. I feel it. I hear it. I taste it. This is Harry Potter. We've had multiple different Universal worlds dedicated to recreating the movies, right? Like when you go to the Universal in Orlando, I don't know about other Universals, but in Orlando, they now have 3 different places. They have Diagon Alley, they have the Ministry of Magic, and they have Hogsmeade with the castle in the back. It's all based off of the movies.
Right.
Like, the designs from the movies, the music from the movies, the food from it's all there.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're walking into. So regardless of your opinion of the difference between the books to the movies, like the movies are the definition realistically of Harry Potter at this point.
Right. And I think like that, like the same exact castle that's in the movies and in the theme park needs to be exactly the same for the show.
Okay, that is okay. So I can't recall if that was something we talked about or if that was a bit of news that we went over, if they had confirmed if that was where they were filming or not. But that is a discussion that you see people say, why do the whole thing again if we're using the same castle? Why not use it? Right. So there is like, so where does that line blur between what do you want to be new, not you specifically, just the populace, and what needs to be the same? Like, in my opinion, the music needs to be pretty close. It doesn't need to be the exact same, but it needs to be pretty close. Like,
I mean, it's the same, like you're going over the same stories. They're just going to be more in depth, right? I think a lot should stay the same. I think just having new actors and
more
going
detail.
into and going like way more story about Harry and Ginny and Ron and Hermione. You know what I mean? Like you don't get too much of Harry and Ginny, really.
They just kind of end up together at the end. It's like,
right, yeah, and they share that kiss, and you're kind of like, yay.
Good for him.
If you read the books, you're like, yeah, but there was like so much you didn't talk about. Or even the fact that Miss Weasley cherishes Ginny because she's her only daughter. You know what I mean? Like you have that part where she's like, not my daughter, you bitch. You know what? Like,
but that's not translated like it is in the books.
Right, because she doesn't really, they don't really it's more of like a little nod to the audience who's read the book before. So I do think there's a lot you can go into. There's a lot of new. Keep what we love. keep what we love.
No, I like that like that mentality there. Like, yeah, let's go in and redo what we know for the most part. I mean, nothing has to be verbatim. I don't need the same actors and the same everything. Like, I'm happy. I am personally in my mind creative enough to go sit down and watch something, and also, able to separate my mind between what I had and what I'm going to have.
Sure.
But it's when you start contradicting what we already know.
That's the issue.
That's
that
where for me the problems are.
That was why
exactly true with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly. You can't contradict a world that's already been established.
Yeah,
if you're trying to be in that world, right?
Add to it, but don't start messing around. Well, it would actually be so much better if we find out that Lily Potter was actually gay the whole time. Like, stop! Don't start changing random things.
Yeah.
For no real reason except because we're trying to connect with the modern audience. It's like, well, make a modern story for the modern audience. I don't know. Make a new story. That's where it starts to get dangerous is the wrong word, but difficult is the right word.
Yeah.
Because I want to root for it. I would love to sit down and
I am
watch.
rooting for it.
It's gonna be great. But Hans Zimmer was announced, I think 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago, and I read that and I went, hell yeah, that is a big win because that guy's resume. When I was listing all those movies too, I'm listing some of my favorite movies like ever.
Right, yeah.
And his name's on all of them.
Movies, Interstellar, I mean,
like holy crap.
The Lion King, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have just a couple more things here.
Alrighty.
Have you seen Sophie Turner as the new Lara Croft? You have?
Yeah. For those of you not listening, I nodded my head.
He's not in yet. I look up Sophie Turner, Lara Croft. They're making a new Tomb Raider series, Amazon Prime. I think she looks awesome. I think looks pretty dang accurate. I mean, they have her in like the accurate like the green tank top and the black, shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I think she looks
great. Maybe it's the glasses for me because I personally, my initial thought was this isn't the best. That was my initial thought.
I thought I mean, she wears the glasses in the, the very, very old games. The red glasses, she wears them.
I don't know. Something about it for me is like, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe
it's because it's just not Angelina Jolie. I didn't like the last girl that they got for it. I thought it was a bad casting. But I love Angelina Jolie for it. Angelina Jolie was awesome.
I think her personality, what doesn't get shown through in the photo, she has a really awesome personality for this role. Like, I'm Tomb Raider. Like, I think that's going to match really, really nicely. Yeah, we'll see. But I think the look is there. I think the look is definitely there. So that's really cool. Mm-hmm. And then Netflix continues to make moves. They have signed a new multi-year deal for the exclusive global rights to Sony's movies after they complete their runs in theaters and on demand. So every Sony movie exclusively will be in Netflix. Right. And that includes Spider-Man. I don't think so. Yeah, because that's like a whole different deal, right? It's like a deal within a deal because it's a Marvel Studios movie. Right. Right. Like it's a Marvel Studios movie. So no, like I don't think so. I can't obviously. Well, because for a while Sony had a deal with Starz, like the world's most random freaking streamer. This was like maybe 5 or so years back. So when Spider-Man came out, old ones. That was where it went. Like, you want to watch Spider-Man? It's on Starz. Go have a good time. Like weird. Like that's a weird place for it to be. Weird. But then that contract ended maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and that was when like all the old Spider-Man movies ended up on Disney Plus, like Tobey Maguire. But that was after the Starz deal finally ended 3-4 years ago. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that doesn't include that. No, I'm not assuming it does. I feel like that's just Disney and Marvel Studios because it's a Marvel Studios film, right? Right. So, but Netflix, they're hungry. They're hungry, and it's funny. It's like they're like, yeah, hey, when your movies are out of the theaters, let us get it. It almost seems like they're kind of saying like, yeah, we really don't want much to do with the theaters, you know. Mm-hmm. Even though they're saying, we're going to protect the theaters, don't worry. Right. And if they get Warner Brothers, hey, we're still going to release them in theaters and stuff like that. Right. But
Yeah, they're trying to make some moves, huh? They're really trying to get there, making this
Well,
deal with
here's
Sony.
where Netflix has always been interesting. Like Netflix didn't start off, oh, here are our projects. Netflix was always a library.
Right.
But everybody else are creators. Now Netflix has created some stuff and Netflix has created some really good stuff. But I would say 80%. Yeah. But I would say 80% of the stuff that Netflix is like, oh, we're going to make this. It's typically underwhelming, or it isn't very well marketed, or it isn't worth the $26 a month subscription that people pay for Netflix. With that being said, Netflix has made some really, really good stuff. But for the most part, their original content hasn't been that strong. When you're comparing them to Fox and Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount, HBO, all creating and bringing amazing stuff. And then you have Netflix, which is just a really good library of things that people like, and every now and then a project that they've created. Maybe they're doubling down on their catalog versus creating stuff, because creating stuff's a lot more expensive than just borrowing somebody else's crap.
It is, and you want to keep people on your platform rather than jumping to other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And giving people a reason to choose you over the many others now. And so to have Sony's catalog.
But on that exact note with Netflix, and maybe other people have different experiences, this will be a really good one for people to jump in the comment section for my own edification on it. One thing we're learning with these streamers, because there are so many and they're so expensive and people are choosing and picking, we're seeing the idea of the future is going to be bundling. And not even bundling just streamers. It's bundling with something else, a service that you already get that is going to have streamers with it. For example, a big one is Verizon will bundle Peacock, HBO Max, and I think one other, maybe Paramount Plus. Like if you get a certain plan, you get that included with your phone bill. Really, really good idea. And then for anybody who's familiar with Spectrum services, it's an internet cable services in most of America. Now, if you get their basic cable plan, so I have a cable plan with them for a condo that I own, and with it comes literally Paramount Plus, Peacock, HBO, Hulu, Disney Plus. All of those are included.
Just like everything.
It's all included. The basic program. So if you want to pay the difference to get rid of ads or whatever like that, like you can.
It still has ads and stuff.
Amazon Prime's its own thing because everybody has Amazon Prime because you have Amazon Prime. That's a whole brilliant idea for its own. But none of these bundles that I've been involved with in my own life have ever included Netflix.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, my Verizon doesn't. My my Spectrum does. Like all these different things I have, I've never seen Netflix included in anything. So I'm curious if other people have had Netflix bundled, if they're trying to do their own thing, because it really does seem like in the next 3 to 5 years, the answer to how am I going to have all these subscriptions is, oh, it's going to be bundled with a service I already pay for. So Netflix seems to be on the outside of that. It absolutely does.
Netflix, I mean, they're the biggest streamer, right?
They definitely are in a lot of places. Like I know in England, Netflix is huge. They've got to be the biggest one. Who is it might be HBO.
No, I think they're the biggest.
Biggest streamer.
I mean, they started it. Or I should say they started like the new wave.
Oh, no, it's definitely not even close as Netflix.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I was pretty sure it was Netflix. Yeah, I mean,
300 million subscribers.
Yeah. And look at the power they have now to buy Warner Brothers. So it's like, yeah. Yeah.
No, they're definitely big. I guess the big question for what Netflix ends up doing, and it seems pretty obvious, I suppose, what their plan is how do they continue to be what they were? And I guess they're going back to their roots, and what they were always good at was being a big catalog of stuff for you to watch, and they're reaching out to get all of the Warner Brothers information. Now they're going to Sony, and they already have deals with Disney. There's a lot of Disney stuff on Netflix. It's not like Disney's like, nope, we're not giving you, like, there's a lot on Netflix as far as the broadness of it goes. And that's really where Netflix stands on its own compared to a lot of these other places.
I think for them, it's just going to be being able to offer the most, like, and the best, right? Good quality, but I think it's like what you said, like the catalog. They're working on their catalog, which is why they want Warner Brothers, which is why they made the deal with Sony. They want to be number one forever, right? And they want to if you can only choose one streamer, they want to be that streamer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They are also the most expensive. I just like most expensive streaming platforms, depends on the tier, but Netflix's premium plan is $25 a month. The second highest is a bundle like Hulu plus live TV, which is $82 a month, but that includes cable, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and the entire Hulu catalog.
Interesting.
And then HBO Max ad-free $20 a month. Spotify, which is apparently on here, that's $12.99 a month.
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure Peacock, which is Universal stuff, The Office, a ton of really Parks and Rec, tons of really good shows. They're like $5 or $6 a month with ads. It's like
that's funny. Yeah. Well, we'll see what the future holds, but for 2026, we're in for a really good year this year. Not non-streaming stuff, just movies wise. So I'm excited.
No, we got so much entertainment to be excited for. 100%.
Let us know. I mean, I'm going to ask this, but I think I know what most people are most excited for. Doomsday for me. Maybe we'll get a few Spider-Man over Doomsdays. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some Doomsday.
What are you first
the
and
Odyssey?
Second? First and second most excited
Give us
for.
your first and second, what you're most, and that can be like shows as well.
Anything, yeah.
So let us know. And thanks for stopping by this week. Check out the Discord. Check out hitting that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And I did see some comments last week. People would like us to do more than one episode. Maybe we can do some bonus episodes. Basically, I think it depends on if we have time. But we'll look into that. We'll try.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. And that question, I actually saw a lot of people respond to that. That question was like the last thing we asked at the very end of the episode.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited that a lot of you guys are watching to this point. Thank you. If you made it here, you're a champion.
Yeah, if you're watching all the way to the end of this and then going and leaving a comment, you guys are kind of heroes. That means you actually are there too. You didn't just put it on in your kitchen and walk away.
Yes, you comprehended what we said.
That's amazing. So thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Thank you all. We're almost to 10,000. Get there soon. See you next week. Peace.